Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. Today we're going to be taking a look at a VOSTEED Mink, to be precise. Today we are doing the review for this little guy right here. This is the VOSTEED Mink. There's your number right there. It's D0 blah blah blah, who cares. It's a Nitro V stonewash blade, blah blah blah. Who cares about that? Actually, you guys do. But yeah, let's take a look in here. What do we got? We have a nice towel, little microfiber cloth. We have a sticker. We have literature. We have plastic, and there's no freaking knife in here. That is because I've been EDCing the crap out of this thing since I got it. You can even see the dirt and funk in there. This thing is phenomenal, and I don't say that lightly, because here on my channel I take pride in the fact of I'm not the guy who's going to be promoting crap, or you know, even it may be crap actually, because there's some M-Techs that I really enjoy, but if it's good crap or I like it, yeah, I'm gonna put it on here. But just because a company sends me something does not mean I'm going to talk good about it. But this is one I actually requested, because they sent me a folding knife prior, and I told them, like, hey, I'm a fixed blade channel, so maybe I could check this guy out. And they said, you know what, when it's available, we'll send it to you. Well, randomly, without warning, this guy showed up, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I haven't been able to keep it out of my hands since I got it, and that's a fact. What do we got here? We have an overall length on this little guy of 7 1/8 inch. Your cutting surface is just right about 3 inches, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, a little 3. And handle scales, you're looking at about 3 3/4. These are very rough measurements. And your inner grip area, you know, 3 3/4, 3 1/2, depending on where you measure. If you're holding this, your finger does sit up a little bit further. So yeah, it has 2 sets of jimping, and I've watched a couple reviews on this since I had it. And Gideon's Tactical did say that it was kind of sharp. I don't feel that to be the case. So maybe when they refined it since then, but it's very functional actually. And a lot of people didn't understand the jimping up here, and typically I wouldn't either, but I see this as an excellent game processing knife, like skinning knife or something like that. If you need to get up in there and get like this grip right here, and you have to get in there and do some fine work where you're pulling the hide back and slicing, I dig it, especially if your hands are all like bloody and gross and slippery. If you're having to push hard, you know, you got some nice jimping right there. Even if you're pinch gripping it or something like that, I don't know, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. And I'm Peterbilt Knife Guy. I'm bothered by most things. But yeah, and then another thing too, it's just a small knife. It is a small EDC fixed blade, and honestly, I do see its purposes in the field. This is something I would definitely carry with me if I was hunting or fishing or something like that. I could imagine gutting a trout or something like that with this, and it would be fantastic. The steel it's in is Nitro V. Pretty sure I already said that. It is the VOSTEED Mink. We have on this particular model, we have black canvas micarta scales with the frag pattern on it, and some have called it aggressive. My hands are pretty rough, so it takes a lot for it to be aggressive on me. I have not felt the aggressiveness of it. I think it's great, to be honest with you. They have called it blocky. I've seen reviews where people said it was blocky because it's not really radiused. It's beveled. It's a flat. You're never going to be able to see like this. Yeah, it's a flat. So it's not really radius, but for the size of the knife, who cares? It's not big enough to create a hotspot, in my opinion. Maybe if you're really bearing down on it, but it hasn't been the case. Like I said, I've EDC'd this thing now, and I typically don't EDC a fixed blade very often. But I've EDC'd this thing since I received it, because this little knife intrigues me. It intrigues me a lot. But speaking of that, here's the sheath. It's just your regular Kydex pancake sheath. I did throw an ulti clip on here because I carry this in my overalls lower pocket, kind of like your spare pocket on cargo pants and stuff like that, but it's a little pocket on your overalls. It came with this little mini, tech lock deal, which if you watch any of my videos, I instantly take these things off of every freaking knife that I get. I don't like them. A lot of people do, and if you wear a belt, they're fantastic. Not for me. So yeah, Ulti-Clip. These things are pretty cheap. Ordered it on Amazon. I can't remember how much it was. I'll put it in here. But yeah, that made it to where I can just slide this in the pocket, or you can put it in your front pants pocket, and it ain't going nowhere. There's no rattle. Pretty good click. It does have a, not too annoying of a click. It's pretty quiet, but it stays in here. Now, another thing about this knife, being a EDC fixed blade or something you would just carry on you, is it is stupid light for a fixed blade knife. The knife alone comes in at under 3 ounces. The whole package is, I'll put it in here somewhere because I don't remember, but it's an extremely light knife. For being, it's not thick. It's not very thick, but it's not very thin either. It does have a very nice pointy tip. And I did watch a video of somebody saying that this behind the edge thickness is like, I can't remember, 14 thousandths or something like that. It was really, really thin. And another thing, this guy is slicey. Very, 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 very slicey. It is literally like, well, let's take a look at it right now. So here's another VOSTEED. This is the VOSTEED Raccoon. Size comparison. It's the Raccoon is bigger. And when it comes to sliciness, you're getting pocket knife sliciness out of a fixed blade, which I guess you would kind of want with an EDC fixed blade. I don't know. I usually like big ass knives, but this one speaks to me for many reasons. A, the build quality is fantastic. I mean, there's no raised portions, no undone, unfinished sections. The grind lines are perfect. It came out stupid sharp out of the box. It's comfortable. I dig the little drop point blade, or I think it was a drop point. The tall drop point blade. I really like that. The lack of a finger choil. I know you guys out there, you want that finger choil. Well, I don't. So, I mean, if it was up to somebody else, they'd throw a finger choil in there, and God, I just stop. Please stop with the damn choils. But, but yeah, I freaking dig this thing. And like I said, I've been EDCing it, and what is in your pocket, you forget about it. So that was that. How about the another classic that everybody likes? This is the Ontario Rat 1, and this happens to be the S35 VN model, but let's put her next to that guy and you can see just how small it is. It is a very small fixed blade next to a very full-size pocket knife. But how about this? Zero tolerance. VOSTEED stuff's falling all over the place. Zero tolerance. Was it 04? Yeah, 0450. This is my, you can tell. This is what I do with knives, okay? That is mustard, and that is dirt. I lifted up a manhole cover. Not pried it, but I dug it out today with my knife today. So yeah, a little bit of dirt on there. But been EDCing this one. I'm not going to do a review on it. I don't buy this knife. It's not a good knife, in my opinion. But I paid the money, so I'm going to use it. But it is actually smaller than the zero tolerance for some reason. And you know what? It just works. I freaking dig this knife. But anyways, what would you use it for? Me, personally, this would be excellent food prep. It is extremely slicey. I keep saying that, and yet I haven't sliced a damn thing in this video. Let's see, this is a used edge. I've used it for a few days now. Nitro V is not a crazy like edge retention steel, but or toughness from what I've heard. But for a small EDC fixed blade, I mean, what are you gonna be doing with this? You gonna be hunting freaking, you gonna go hunting caribou or something like that? This is your primary weapon? I doubt it. Zombie apocalypse knife? Not gonna happen. You run into a vicious zip tie, it'll get it done. But yeah, I'm digging this one. Let's go let's go slice on some stuff and see how it works. This is my cast iron table of doom here. And what are most people going to be doing with an EDC fixed blade? Well, I am going to reckon they're going to be opening boxes. Will it slice the tape? Oh, it will, fantastically. But it's glued, so we got to really get in this so much. And I know it looked harder than it had to be because that's how I do things in life. But yeah, cardboard, just super slicey, no problems at all, except for that tape that gave me a little bit of problems. But yeah, it just blasts through cardboard, which, you know, it's a knife, you kind of expect that. But some knives just don't do it as good as others. What about wood? For all you bushcrafters and, you know, campers and whatnot out there, can you whittle with it? Yeah, this thing is gonna it is gonna bite in there really, really good. For people who care, it does not have a 90-degree spine. Well, does it? I don't know. Let's find out if we'll throw a spark. Will she spark? Oh shit, it will. Well, color me surprised. It does have a 90-degree spine on there, at least 90 enough to strike a ferro rod. But as for carving, yeah, this thing is actually, this wood sucks, but this knife is quite comfortable, especially in this position. I have extra large hands creeping up on double extra large, and pretty damn comfortable for a small knife, especially given the fact that I just like big, stupid knives. Got something that's not processed wood. Some bark off here. This thing is, you can hear it. This thing is bone dry. I imagine this thing would just blast through something that's been, you know, freshly cut down. But yeah, she digs in nice. I really like it. I don't know, something about this knife and this design, it just calls to me, and I dig it. And food prep, but we're not going to make dinner here on Peterbilt Knife Guys, so we will maybe wait for a camping trip or something like that, and we could slice some stuff up. But I would just imagine this would just be a nice little addition to backpack, camping, stuff like that. It is not it's a budget knife, but it's really not in the budget knife range to me. I believe these things are come in, I'll put the price right here, but I feel it's a fantastic knife for what it is. It takes a lot for me to want to throw a pocket knife or a fixed blade in my pocket and carry it around, and that's basically all I gotta say about it. I personally dig it. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. We will be doing more on this guy later. Thanks for watching.